whole note has an oval shaped head with no shade, without a shade here. So it has the longest note duration in modern music. Hi everyone, so we are still here in our music theory discussion, and it's already our lesson number 4. So for today's lesson, we're going to be learning about note duration and also their parts and also the kinds of notes. So basically, the length of time that the note is played is called a note duration. So they are determined by the type of note. So these symbols for musical sounds are very important in making musical patterns, because without those or without these musical symbols for sounds and also for the musical symbols for silence, we cannot make our musical pattern um, meaningful. Okay, so they are essential in musical piece because they played a lot of um, functions in making a musical notation. So let us first discuss the very first note or kind of note here in our musical symbols, and it has the longest sound duration, so it is a whole note. So as you can see, a whole note has an oval shaped head with no shade, without a shade here. So it has the longest note duration in modern music. It receives 4 beats of musical sound. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So there were 4 beats of sounds. The next one is a half note. So it has the half duration of a whole note. So if it is 4, therefore your half note receives 2 beats of musical sounds. Where 1, 2. All right. So as you can see, um, the half note has an oval shaped head without shade and with a stem or a body. So 2 half notes occupy the same amount of time as one whole note because since it contains 2, therefore 2 plus 2, this occupies 4. Okay, so the same with uh, a whole note. So the next one is a quarter note. So it is a fourth or a quarter of a whole note. So it is your quarter note or whole note is 4. It receives 1 beat of sound. So there's only 1 beat for each quarter note. So basically, 4 quarter notes occupy the same amount of time as 4 whole notes. So since they just played 1 beat per note. So 2 quarter notes equals to 1 half note duration. So 4 quarter notes occupy the same amount of time as 1 whole note. Okay, so let's first discuss the parts of a note. As you can see, the parts of a note, it has a flag or a hook. Another term, it is called a flag or a hook, a body or a stem, and also a head of a note. So each flags, uh, so note that the smaller iteration than a quarter note have flags. So each flag is half the value of a note. So let's proceed. So the next one is an 8th note. So as you can see, it has a flag or a hook. So therefore, 2 8 notes occupy the same amount of time as 1 quarter note. So if your quarter note is 1 8 note contains 1 half. So 2 halves is equals to or equal to 1 beat only for quarter note. So 2 8 notes again occupy the same amount of time as 1 quarter note. The next one is a 16th note. So a 16th note has two flags. So it's different from an eighth note, since the 16th note contains two flags. So it a 16th note has two flags having the value of value gain. Then two 16th notes equals the duration of an eighth note. So if your eighth note is one half, one 16th note contains or receives one fourth beat. Okay, so four um, 16th notes here occupy the same amount of time value as one quarter note or one beat, because one 16th note contains one fourth. Okay, so one point B. So for 16th note, again, it occupies the same amount of time as one quarter note. So uh, even though it is possible, or although it's possible that the notes have three or more flags, but they are very seldom to use. So, and now this chart displays the relationship of all five notes I discussed in the lesson. Okay, so we have whole note, half note, quarter note, an eighth note, and also 16th note. So here is a relationship or illustration and how two notes work with each other and how they are being related to each other in this lesson. So that will be all for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you find it interesting and stay safe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.